What's up, guys? It's Dwayne back again for another video, back in for a reaction, and today's a great, wonderful, amazing, beautiful day. Do you know why? I'll tell you why. Because it's a Finland day. What not to do in Finland? I don't know. Without further ado, let's get into this reaction. Let's go.
Walter's World, and today we're here in Turku, Finland, in front of the Turku Castle, the Turuninen. And today what we have for you are the don'ts of visiting Finland, because there's some things you should not do when you come here. There's tons of stuff you should do, you know, like eating anything with mushrooms and having a good time and going to sauna and things like that. But
eating anything with mushrooms? Do you have a lot of food that has mushroom in it? I don't feel like I've seen any dishes, any Finnish dishes that have mushrooms. Maybe I haven't seen enough Finnish dishes to know what a Finnish dish has, because I haven't seen mushrooms. But he's saying a lot of your dishes have mushrooms. I don't know.
But there's some things you don't do when you're here, and that's what we're going to focus on today. And the first don't I have for you for coming to Finland is don't be loud. Look, the Finns are a quiet people. They're reserved people. It's also very quiet all the time. So do remember that when you're going around. Especially if you've got kids like mine that are really rambunctious and they're enjoying all this outdoor weather and all kinds of tasty candies. Well, certain kind of candies, just don't be loud when you are here.
I don't think I have to worry about that, because I'm not, I mean, on camera I might seem like I'm loud, but actually in person I'm not a very loud person. And if I travel to Finland, I'm probably going to be traveling on my own, maybe with one friend. So yeah, I'll be quite quiet when I walk around Finland. I like peace and quiet. I like to be chill, so I think I'll be fine.
Here, okay? Now, anyway, the second don't I'll say to you is don't insult the Finnish pride. Look, the Finns love their country, and one of the things they love the most is the sauna. And one way to insult a Finn is to call it a sauna. No, it's a sauna, okay? So make sure you get sauna right, okay? Don't call it sauna. And
I don't think you'd be offended if someone mispronounced it by accident. I don't think you're that unreasonable. Like, I think he's hyping that up a little bit. But I know to call it sauna now because I've heard it so many times. But I do know you're very passionate about the sauna, because I did a video on the sauna and everyone got quite heated. So that it's very, very, very important in Finnish culture. I do know that, for one.
And when you go to the sauna, our third don't is don't be modest. Look, you are going to go in the buck au natural when you go to the sauna, okay? And there's some rules about it when you go there. One, if you're going to be the naked one, is usually it's going to be a male only or female only sauna. That's when you do that. If you don't want to, it's okay. You can wear your towel and stuff like that. It is pretty normal when you do that. But, you know, don't be modest. Don't go with your full bodysuit or your swim trunks. It's kind of like a faux pas when you are here, okay? Now, our fourth don't for you is when you come here, don't get too scared by the language. Look, Finnish is impossible, okay? I'm not gonna lie to you. When I came to live here in the 90s, when I was a high school student, they told us before, like to all the exchange students, look, everyone will learn the language everywhere they go, except for two places, Japan and Finland.
Japan and Finland. Oh, he was so lucky to be able to like go to Finland as an exchange student in the 90s. That's what a lucky guy. But yeah, I mean, I've tried many times to do a lot of. I think I'm okay. I've done a few of the language lessons on YouTube, and I get the pronunciation after a while. But it is not the easiest language, especially for an English speaker to learn. So any Finnish person that understands me and is able to speak English, well done. Like, that's amazing to me, because it's not easy for us to learn Finnish, so it can't be easy for you guys to learn English. So I have a lot of respect for Finnish people that can speak English and understand it and watch content that's in English. Pretty
You
cool.
all are screwed, okay? The language is pretty difficult, and you might not be able to make out many of the things here, but that's okay. You don't have to worry about it, because, well, not everybody, but a lot of people speak English here very well, so you will be okay with that. But having said that, don't skip out on learning a few Finnish words before you come. Kiitos is thank you. Hyvä päivä is like good day. Another one, you know, might be helpful is like yes, it's kyllä. You know, so there are some words that can make things a little bit easier, like minä haluan, I want. And so that can help, because, man, Finnish is tough. They don't have the prepositions. It's like at the end. So like Turku is the city I'm in. But if you're in the city, you say Turussa. If it's Turku's castle, it's Turun. Dude, it's so impossibly difficult. My mind is melting from 20.
Wow, okay, so if you're there, Turussa, okay, for the castle, I can't remember what he said, Tarun, and then Turku is the name of the place. Interesting. It's kind of the thing, though, if you're from a country and you're speaking the Finnish language, it's just really easy to pick up things, isn't it? It's easy, for you, it's second nature, but to someone who's not Finnish, it's quite hard to wrap your brain around.
From 20 years ago thinking about this, so don't worry too much about it, okay? And you'll be like, why are there so many eyes? It's just the way it is, okay? Now, my next don't for you is don't freak out when the signs change. This is something I've talked about in a few videos, but in Finland, it's actually Finnish and Swedish are both the official languages, so the signs will have both Finnish and English, and sometimes you'll hear one thing going, oh, you're going to Turku, but then you're like, oh, now we're arriving in Obu. You're like, what, Obu? What Obu? I thought we were going to Turku. It's the same city, okay? So don't freak out when that does happen. Also, kind of going along with that with the Swedes and the Scandinavian stuff and things like that, if you meet like, Swedes and Norwegian and say you're going to Finland to see more of Scandinavia, don't call Finland Scandinavia to like Swedes and Norwegians because they get all, well, that's not on the Scandinavian peninsula, so they're not Scandinavian, they're Nordic, okay? So just...
Okay, yeah, I only just know that now, that Scandinavia is separate, but Finland, you're part of the Nordic countries. So do you know what? When I refer to Finland, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, I just say Nordic countries. It's just easier, so you can all encompass all of the countries instead of saying Scandinavia because you're not Scandinavian.
Just a heads up for that one when you're talking to non-Finns about it, okay? Another thing you don't do when you're here is you don't compare Sweden and Finland in a way that makes Sweden seem like the winner. And there's two reasons why I really want to focus on here, why you don't do that, and they both start with H. One is history. Finland was controlled by Sweden for a long time, and you still have a lot of influences here, but also hockey, and they love their hockey here. So don't say Swedish hockey is better than Finnish, because it's not. Duh. And if you're here in Turku, go to a Tepsi game. I used to go to those all the time when I lived here. Always good hockey when you are here. But yeah, don't compare it to Sweden because no one's going to enjoy that. No, you're not.
So it really is quite a contentious topic. It's you have a deep rivalry when it comes to hockey. I've never watched an iced hockey game. Let me know if I should watch an ice hockey game. I might look on YouTube to see if I can find it. I've never in my entire life watched an iced hockey game. Let me know in the comment section if I should watch one. Let me know. I might be missing out. I must be missing out on something. Because a lot of people like ice hockey.
You're not going to get anything out of that one, okay? Unless you have some good Swedish jokes, then you can make some friends. Now, if you do make those friends and you do go to their house, don't wear your shoes inside their house. It's very rude to wear your shoes inside houses here in Finland. So make sure you take those off when you come in. People might give you slippers or
that's just an American problem. Might as well skip past this part because Americans do that, but I don't do that. They do it a bit in Britain as well, but my family don't do that. So.
Or house shoes or stuff like that, or not, but you just don't wear shoes in the house. Also, when you go to their house, don't forget to bring a small gift, maybe some candies or some flowers. We're going to my old host family tonight. I'm going to bring, we got a bottle of wine and some chocolates. Just bring something when you come, because it's just kind of a nice thing to do. Now, going along with that candy theme.
Is that a thing in Finland? Like if you go to someone's house, a friend, or like as a housewarming, or like you're having a meal or something, you bring something like a gesture, like a gift to their house. That's really nice. That's really polite. I like that. I like that a lot.
Theme. There's another don't I have for you is don't eat the black salmiakki candy when you're here. It's like
the salmiakki. You guys, you know I don't like that. You know I don't like that. I just hate licorice. That's what I'm dreading when I go to Finland this year, hopefully. Fingers crossed, guys. This year I might be going to Finland. I'm just going to dread having the salmiakki. I really am.
It's like really salty black licorice candy. Oh, they love it here.
Not for
it's
me.
all over the place, but unless you're used to it, it can be a bit powerful for some people. So don't get the salmiakki or get one and try it. But don't buy a bag, well, okay? I've made that mistake before, okay? Buy the under candy. There's so much other candy here that's good, but the salmiakki, just stay away from it, okay? But you could get a bag of it and give it to your friend as a gift.
Let me know how many of you guys actually like salmiakki. And if you're a Finn that doesn't like salmiakki, let me know in the comment section, because I refuse to believe that all of you like salty licorice. it doesn't sound right even coming out. Salty, licorice. Let me know in the comment section. I cannot be on my own with not liking that combination.
It's a gift when you go to their house. That would be nice, but yeah. Foreigners aren't really big on the salmiakki. It's horrible. Horrible. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate when I am here because that's like questioning Finnish pride with the salmiakki. And that's another thing I will say with the Finnish pride. Salmiakki is one of those things, but also, hockey, but also the relation with some of the countries around here like Sweden and Russia and stuff. I know with my kids, we've had, videos in Finland where my son's wearing his Zenit St. Petersburg soccer jersey. And they mentioned that. I'm like, he's 6 and you're calling out his jersey because he was having fun in Finland with a Russian jersey. So you do have some of these little things there. So you do want to watch out for that. It's not really a big deal, but just kind of one of those little don'ts you might want to look into. Now, for my Saksalainen tourists and some of the other tourists that get upset when they don't get all their change back, you don't use the 1 or 2 cent coins here in Finland. You might have something that comes out to 98 cents. They're not going to give you your 2 cents back, okay? They round up the numbers and things like that, so there's no 1 or 2, so don't get upset by that. Also, for certain Saksalainen...
So there's no 1 or 2 cents? Like one... Okay, that's fine.
Tourists, I would say is don't steal the moose signs. Okay, I remember there was a big thing when I used to live here. The tourists would come up here and they steal the moose signs. Don't do that. Okay, it's not good. Okay, so try to avoid doing that. So some other tourist things you might want to know about in terms of the don'ts is
that looks good. I don't know what that is. Is that duck or something? That looks really, really good. I just know it tastes delicious.
Don't have to tip when you are here in Finland. The wage is pretty good, so that you don't really tip.
All these are very American things. You don't have to tip, blah, 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 blah. I know you don't have to tip.
Another don't I have for you is don't disobey the law when you are here. The Finns are very much a rule-based society, and they wait for the traffic.
Shouldn't that go without saying? You don't go to a country and then disobey a law. There's laws in every country. Like, that should be common sense.
Sign to go across. They wait in the lines for their kind of stuff, so they really are kind of by the rules kind of people. And by breaking the rules and breaking the law, I mean, obviously you shouldn't do that anyway, is not really appreciated here. So don't do that. Kind of stick with the norms of the people you see here. My last little don'ts for you, just some little things. Don't forget your bug spray if you're going to be going to up into the lake district by Tampere and around there. I mean, there's lakes everywhere, but the bugs can be really bad in the summer. Also, don't skip out on the nature trips you can do here, whether you're going out to the islands or you're going.
Yeah, the nature looks incredible in Finland. Like, that's one thing I'm gonna look forward to, is just breathing in some fresh air in like Finland, and it just looks like a really nice, peaceful place. Can't wait to go. Into
the lakes or just hiking and mushroom hunting, going around. Finns are really great outdoorsmen and stuff like that. So don't think you're just going to stay in Helsinki or Turku. Go out and explore. You'll really enjoy it. And also, don't forget like a jacket or something. Even in the summertime, we're here in June, and we've gone from having jackets and jeans to shorts and t-shirts in the same day. Okay, so just FYI for that. And I will say, don't skip coming to Finland. It is a fantastic place. Very few tourists come here, but they really should, because you have this beautiful...
Really? Very few tourists come to Finland? Wow. Wow, I didn't know that. I thought it was a tourist destination. I thought people do come to Finland and Helsinki to visit, but he's saying it's not really a tourist destination. So that means I have to come, and I quite like the fact that you don't have that many tourists. That means it's not overran with loads of people from different countries being annoying tourists, so I have to come.
Beautiful country with lots of nature, saunas to go enjoy, people to meet, great English. It's not as expensive as people think it's going to be. I know when you think Nordic Europe, you're thinking, oh, it's going to be insanely expensive. Sometimes it can be, but here in Finland, I've actually been okay with the price when we've been here, especially when you get out of Helsinki, because you go to Tampere or Turku or up to Oulu or something like that. Rovaniemi to go to the Arctic Circle. The prices aren't that bad. I mean, it's a little bit higher, but it's nothing extravagantly crazy expensive. But don't let that keep you from coming here, because it is a fantastic place. I lived here for a year and I loved it, and I know you'll love it too. So anyway, if you want to learn more about visiting Finland, we've got 10 things that will shock you about visiting Finland, what you need to know before you come to Finland, 5 things you love and hate about Finland, all kinds of stuff on our website and our YouTube channel at youtube.com/waltersworld, and our website waltersworld.com. We're also on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
Okay, we've got the point. I think we've got the point. there's some things not to do in Finland that I won't do when I come. And I am definitely coming this year to Finland, and I cannot wait. Turku is definitely a destination, Helsinki is a destination, and I can't wait to go. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Until the next one, I'll see you very soon.